The Buddha and elephants. It is said that the Buddha had two cousins, Devadatta and Ananda. Devadatta was very jealous of the Buddha, whereas Ananda was very loyal and trusting. Devadatta was angry because he wants to be admired and loved as was the Buddha.
That's right. That's right. And do you, Tien Min, actually understand why was Devadatta not loved like the Buddha?
I I just say because I didn't know about this. Devadatta wants to be a grateful king and be a people that many people think about him, right?
The point is that Devadatta was not a Buddha, and therefore he cannot be loved and supported as the Buddha. Okay? To become a Buddha, you need to practice for billions and billions of lives. Huge, huge amount of lives. All right? Again and again and again, you get born, you get old, you get ill, you die. And in that life, you practice your generosity, your virtue, your renunciation, your wisdom, your energy, your patience, your truthfulness, your determination, your loving kindness, and your equanimity. 10 things that you practice life after life after life after life so that you can become a Buddha. Buddha, when he becomes the Buddha, he has this all done. Finished his billions and billions of lives. Done. His training is perfected. His wisdom is unimaginable. And not only that, for himself, his wisdom is unimaginable and perfect and wonderful. But the other people can also see it and understand it. Of course, there are exceptions like Devadatta who did not understand it. Later he did, but it took him some time. And when he understood it, it was too late. It was when he was already falling to hell. So the Buddha was so special that there is no way how someone who is not the Buddha could ever be as loved and respected as the Buddha. So Devadatta wanted to have love and respect that he was not worthy of. And that is the point. All right. Now, regarding Venerable Ananda was clearly aware that the Buddha's wisdom and Buddha's abilities are incredible, unimaginable, innumerable, immense. So Venerable Ananda was humble towards the Buddha because he was clear about the Buddha. Well, you cannot like really be clear about the Buddha's greatness. Think about this. Do you know how big is India? I will show you how big is India. Let's do some geography and anatomy today. I want to show you some things today. Let's see if we can do it. Those who want to go to sleep, you can. Those who are interested in something interesting, you can stay. So now let's look at India. So India is a big country, all right? Now look at, most of you are in Vietnam. Now look at how big is Vietnam. It is huge. It is
huge.
Look at this, how huge is Vietnam? So let's go to the southernmost tip of Vietnam, okay? So when we come here, we are starting to see the villages. When we come closer, we can start to see the roads. You can see some roads, and there you see houses. You see there is a house. Let me see what's in the outermost corner of Vietnam. They will be here probably. I mean, southernmost. Let's go to the southernmost corner. Right, in the map, the southernmost is here, one house. Do you see that house? South China Sea. Okay, so you have here one house. This is another house, yet another house, yet another house. Look at that, how these houses are tiny, tiny, tiny in Vietnam. Look at how Vietnam is huge. These would be already hundreds and hundreds of houses. And we are going further. This would be thousands and thousands of houses. But at the tip of Vietnam, look at that. Vietnam is huge. It's so big. Look at this. All of this, all of this, all of this, all of this, and we didn't finish yet. There's some more of Vietnam. All of this, and all of this is Vietnam. So much of space, so many people. All right. Now look at India. Now, in comparison to India, Vietnam is a little small noodle.
I saw Myanmar.
If you look at India, it's so big. You could fit 100 Vietnams into one India. India is so huge. Now imagine that you will take the southernmost, well, this is a little difficult, but let's take the easternmost. It's a little complicated, but let's take the easternmost at the north. So the northernmost eastern corner, okay, that will be here. Now let's say that you take one person who has achieved full enlightenment. Devadatta did not achieve full enlightenment. Devadatta was not that successful in meditation. Now suppose that you are very, very successful in meditation and you achieve the full level of enlightenment. Some people work for it whole their life and they're not successful. So suppose that you take one such person and you ask them to sit here at the westernmost northern tip of the country of India. Now, next to that person, you will ask another fully enlightened person to sit. And then next to that person, you will ask another person to sit. And then another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Can you imagine how many people would be sitting already here? Thank you, Hien, for checking my setting. And as you are seating these people, can you imagine how many people could that be? Just here, just this one little area, you could have 1 million. In this case, in this little area, you could have 1 million.
Yes.
I did press the button. Okay, now it's done. So then there will be millions and millions. And think of India, how huge it is. Okay.
It looks like for like one
Huge place. Now you would have billions and billions and billions and billions of very high people sitting and filling all of India. Now, can you count up their abilities all together? How much clever all together if you add up all of their intelligence? If you add up all of their intelligence, then that's a lot of intelligence. Many people together can do a lot of things, right? Now, one Buddha who is self-enlightened has more intelligence, has more power than these billions and billions and billions of fully enlightened people together. So a self-enlightened, or we call him silent Buddha, is very, very powerful, very, very intelligent. Now, let's go back to our easternmost corner. Okay, where was that? It was here. Okay, somewhere here. Doesn't matter. So we will take the easternmost, yes, it's actually westernmost northern corner. And we take this corner and we see there one silent Buddha. Then we see another silent Buddha next to him, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. We will fill all of the India, the huge India, with the silent Buddhas. Can you imagine how much power they could have? How much intelligence could they have? You
A lot.
imagine it. I cannot imagine it. One Samma Sambuddha, the Buddha that you are reading about in your book, has more intelligence, more power than these self-enlightened Buddhas sitting and totally filling all of the Indian place, all of the Indian country. That is unimaginable. Such an incredible intelligence and power. Now, Devadatta, who was not even an arahant, even as one enlightened person, thought that he could get as much respect and as much love as the Buddha. That is the foolishest thing you can ever think of. Absolutely, absolutely incomparable. Think of it another way. Have you ever visited beach? If you go to see the sea or an ocean, there is a beach sometimes. On the beach, there is sand, right? Some beaches have very nicely fine sand. Did you ever take it on your finger and see how small are the grains of the sand? They're very tiny. Now imagine that Devadatta has as much intelligence and power as one grain of that sand, while the Buddha has as much intelligence and power as all of the sand grains in all of the planet. And then Devadatta thinks he can get as much respect and as much love as the Buddha. It would not work even as a joke. So that's the explanation why Devadatta didn't get as much respect and as much love as the Buddha, and why Venerable Ananda is so much praised for being humble, because he at least tried to understand the greatness of the Buddha.